Hey everybody, it's Monkey Farm. We are here in my Let's Play world. Last episode we connected the Spider XP farm, which is down in the abandoned mineshaft down there, with a storage minecart track that comes all the way up here when we call this button, if the cart is down there. If the cart is up here and we're down there, we can just push the button down there and it will call it from up here. And if you remember, we had to build a bunch of two-way repeaters so that both of these buttons would work without having to run two redstone lines. So that's working pretty well. I will push that button. There, here it comes, and there we go. So the one thing I wanted to do, I wanted to block this off so that I couldn't actually see down there because it looks pretty hideous. There's a little trick, you know, that minecarts will sometimes go through a block if it's, I think it only works on the incline sometimes, but I've tried that, and actually sometimes the cart gets stuck behind there. So what I actually want to do is just have a piston connected to the button that will open up the that will just open up this area. So I'll have a block here and we'll have a piston behind it, and then we just need to power it. What we need to do is connect this button here so it'll open when we push this, because right now I guess it worked on the way down this time. Really weird. It gets stuck on the way up sometimes, so what I want to do there is put a detector rail. I guess I would need to do it right, probably here would be best, but then I'll have to re-add a powered rail here just to make sure it can get through. So let's call the cart back up and see if it will make it through this block here. And it got stuck. So, yeah. So basically what we're going to have to do is connect this detector rail. We will put some redstone down and connect it to that piston so that on the way up, when the cart passes this, and hopefully this will work without a person in it. I'm not sure if it will just work with a storage cart, so that's one thing we're going to have to test out. Where is the piston? I'll just dig all this out real quick, find out where we're at. You know what? Let's see. I'm going to put a repeater here. Okay, so let's see if this cart will actually power this piston when it crosses over it or not. And yeah, okay. So if we just need to invert that, and so the piston will open instead of close, and that should be pretty good. Okay, so I guess what I will do is go underneath the piston here. Oh, must be daylight. I hear the skeleton burning up. That's not going to invert it, is it? Actually, yeah. That should work right there. I guess I have to put the repeater here too, just because I'm so close right there. Okay, so that should actually work. The piston is open. And how do I get out of here? Alright, so that will work on the way up. Now on the way down, I was thinking of putting a detector rail here. The problem is if I have a detector rail up here too, when the cart comes up, this detector rail would power this, so the cart, whoops, the cart would basically bounce against the wall and then go again. So we can't have that happen, obviously, because the cart will never stay here. So we need a regular track here, and what I'm going to do is just power the button. We'll just run a wire underneath everything here to connect this button to the piston as well. And hopefully I can do both of those and not mess up all these wires, because I have a redstone torch underneath that. This is going to get really messy, which most of my redstone usually does. Real quick, let's see where this goes. Put a block here with a redstone on it, and that way it will only be powered when I press the button. And then I will just circle this. I'm going to do it underneath here because this area is already dug out. There's nothing under there that I have to worry about. I just don't want to interfere with all the other redstone that's already on the track, so I'm going to dig it down this way. And that should be fine. Let's see. This will be covered, so I can do that. Okay, so if the piston is under here, so I could power this block as well, right? And that won't interfere with anything. So just put a repeater into that. Yes. I think that will work. Yep. As long as I didn't go too far. There we go. So now that button is connected to the piston, and then the piston is also connected on the other side with the detector rail. So on the way up, the storage cart will open the piston, and on the way down, when I push this button, the piston will open as well. The only other thing I have to check is that my wiring from down there, so let's say the cart was up here, and I was down in the Spider XP farm area, and I push the button. Whoops. And I push the button down there. I also need that to power this redstone. And I think I can do that because the redstone right here is already connected to that button as well. Let's see, I'm going to test something real quick. Okay, so that doesn't, the power doesn't go through that block, so in other words, I just have to connect that too. And what I'm hoping, I want to make sure that when I push the button down there, that it still activates all of this. So that should work fine. So we should be pretty good, and I have to make sure I just don't cut off my redstone wire. Okay, so I'm going to go down to the XP farm, the spider farm, and we're going to test it on the way down. Okay, we're down here, and I guess we can do the same thing down here with the piston. Hopefully we have enough space, because I do have a wall here. But let's see if the cart will show up. And here it is. So everything worked. All right, so I'll just have to clean up everything down there. But what I want to do here is also the same thing. I don't know how I'm going to do that, though, because I don't have any space on the left, and the space, I guess if I put a piston up here and had it push down a block, I would be able to hide it. So have it push down, but then I'll see part of the piston. So if I just have that, but that's kind of ugly. I could move the button over here, and hopefully I don't know if that will work. Let's see. Where did my button go? Okay, so that button works there. So let's just make sure. Just make sure everything worked. And the cart still works, and it doesn't get stuck, so that's good. Now all I need to do is have the piston extended down. Okay, I think... Let's see, if I have that powering that, does that... That doesn't work. What block am I trying to power? This one. Oh, so I don't need to go underneath. The only other problem here is I need to connect this as well. So that'll work. Will that work? Yep. Okay. So hopefully the cart will show up, and then I just need to connect this to the piston as well. So now that I have this space cleared up... Oh, what happened? Why is this open? Okay, so I found out a little problem with that. That the this block was getting powered too, I guess, and it was all kind of circling, and all the lights were staying on, and this track was staying lit up or opened. So just had to move this over a bit. I think that'll work now. Okay, so I dug underneath, and basically I just need to also add the detector rail, and I'm hoping this will work and not mess up anything else. I'm not sure about that yet. Let's see, 2, 3. So the detector rail will power this down here. I guess it will power this block as well. And let's see. Yeah, that should work. So if I bring this wire... Oh man, this is getting messy. Oh boy. Alright. Okay, so there's no reason to show you all this. It's just a mess. But I think I know that everything is working. So basically, we had everything the way it was. Now we've added the detector rail, which just runs another wire down from underneath here up to the to open up the piston. And I just realized that I had disconnected the wire going to this powered rail. So now that I cleared that up, it should be working. So let's give it a try. And if this works, we know that both buttons, the one on the top and this one, will work correctly. And yep, very cool. Let's send it back. Awesome. Alright, so now I just need to cover everything up and not mess up any of the redstone wires in the process. And we should be golden. Just like that. Very cool. Okay, so we move the button over here. And let's call it one more time, just to make sure. Very good. We can still access the chest as well. And let's head up to clean everything up on the top. Okay. Little cobblestone there. I guess I will put a little bit of cobblestone here to hide the piston. And same here. Let's make sure I don't cover up anything that I'm not supposed to be covering up. I guess that and that. How's that? Okay, looks good. And one last time, make sure everything's working. And it worked. So we are done. Everything looks nice and clean. I like that a lot better. I hate seeing all that mess behind there, all of the tracks and everything. So, guess what? I'm working on a new mob spawner design, and next episode, we're not going to really build it. We are going to kind of, well, we're not going to tear this down either. We're going to deactivate this mob spawner and kind of prepare it. I'm not sure. I don't have all of the final design yet. What I want to do, I'm going to have to work out a lot of kinks and stuff. So we'll just kind of prepare things, maybe get everything sized up correctly, and we'll get started on it. Because I don't know if you guys have noticed in the last snapshot, all of the new mob AI, it's really messing with the mobs, and they're not doing what they should be doing. And I'm going to fix that. So we will see you next time. Make sure you're subscribed, and I'll talk to you later.